Well, hi everybody. Thanks for coming and watching. And I'm really excited to be able to do my talk today on autoimmunity. And I'm excited to be the very first speaker kicking this fun weekend off. So, as I said, I'll be doing my talk on autoimmunity. And firstly, who am I? Tracy touched upon this already. So I am a student of a Bachelor of Nutrition and Dietetics with honours and a Bachelor of Biomedical Science at the University of Newcastle. And I've always been passionate about nutrition. I studied nutrition when I came out of high school, but I'm also very excited about autoimmunity because this is something that, number one, is on the rise these days. There are so many people dealing with autoimmune conditions. And I myself have a long history of autoimmune conditions. I'm very lucky because it was nothing ever completely serious, but it was just very uncomfortable, ongoing issues. I had a lot of hay fever, asthma, rashes on my skin, headaches, the list goes on, and I always felt a bit uncomfortable. And so once I started studying biochemistry, I thought I'm going to get to the bottom of why is it that somebody like myself experiences autoimmunity, but my two brothers don't, and what can we do about it? And so about 3 years ago, I happened upon the ketogenic diet, and very quickly I saw some fantastic results with weight loss and things that I'd been struggling with. But when it came to autoimmunity, I didn't get very far with keto. And then so I came across this crazy sounding diet. At the time, it sounded crazy. And it was the carnivore diet, where basically you eliminate all plant foods completely. And 3 years on, I'm still doing it. And I am feeling fantastic. I've managed to heal all of my autoimmune conditions, bar one. I don't know if this is actually an autoimmune condition, but I have this thing called Raynaud's disease, and I haven't figured out if it's autoimmune. It hasn't fixed yet, but everything else I ever dealt with I've managed to get on top of. So amazing. And it will hopefully become clear in this talk how that could possibly occur when you eliminate plants. So what is autoimmunity? Well, as you can see from these pictures, it can come out in many different ways. And it really depends a lot on what tissue is being targeted, what's being attacked, how the symptoms end up presenting. But in order to understand what autoimmunity is, we really need to understand how the usual immune system works. How does it usually function? And there's a very important thing here called immunotolerance. And this is our ability in the body to figure out what is foreign, what is like a foreign pathogen that we might have been exposed to, like, for example, a bacteria or a virus, and what is native to our body, what is a cell of our body. And we have these very important molecules called MHC molecules. We have two types. One is called an MHC1, and that is basically, the way I like to look at it is it's kind of like a name tag for our body cells to say, I am a part of the body, don't attack me. You don't need to. And then we have the MHC2, and this is what the cells will use to present an antigen of something that's foreign. Say if they've been affected by an actual pathogenic thing like a bacteria, they will break it apart and present it on the MHC2 to say to the immune cells like the T and B cells, please just come and destroy it. And so it's very important for our immunotolerance. So what usually happens, as I said, is we would be exposed to some kind of pathogen, for example, a bacteria, and we have these special cells called phagocytes that are going to engulf the bacteria and break it down, and then present a portion of it, a little bit of its protein on its membrane. And as I said, this is important because it will signal to the T and B cells to come and destroy whatever pathogen it is. And the cell that's presenting it basically is saying, you can kill me as well, sacrificing itself. And then the T and B cells will come along. The T cells are quite toxic because they will be able to release out some really pro-inflammatory chemicals that will essentially destroy whatever it is they're targeting. Unfortunately, sometimes this means that our own body cells can get caught a little bit in the crossfire, but more on that in a moment. And then the B cells will be able to start creating antibodies.